Taurus friends, thank you for joining me. It's Tarot, my love. A very special At the Beach edition of your heart spread this morning. This is for the third week of May. Okay, I'm going back to the original schedule. I wish I never changed it, but every Monday is going to be Aries and Taurus day. Plus, we'll do the quickies 6 days a week. Saturday be the weekend quickies, okay? So every Monday we'll do the heart spread for you guys. That's what we're going to do for you right now. This is for if you have someone on your mind. We'll also do the singles reading called Four Pillars every Monday. Thank you guys. So we already shuffled, put a little energy on them. This is just reading who's on your mind, who's in your heart. We're going to look at you and your person, some dynamics. A little bit designed it to look at astrology, like the most of the cards are looking at the synastry between you guys, and then we'll do a couple cards that look at the outcome of the relationship. That kind of is looking at it like from a composite point of view chart, like after the relationship comes together, you know. So you don't have to be with them. You could just be thinking about them, crushing on them hard. They're going to come up here, guys. It's going to get there. That's what this does. Okay. Here you are. Wow. In and around relationships, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. Right now, I'm trying to kind of separate you a little bit from this particular relationship, so this may are not involved in, but usually how we're feeling about relationships in general is attached to the person we're involved with. But yeah, feeling overwhelmed, feeling burdened. This is a relationship reading. Um, but you could just be feeling that way in general, and then it can affect a relationship. This definitely, in this position, is a feeling of I've kind of had enough. I feel like I might have had enough. Or also a feeling of I've done everything I can do, and it's not enough, apparently. King of Pentacles. Oh, the breeze feels good. Thank you, Guy and Mother, for not only letting me use the outdoor studio extraordinaire here at the beach, but for giving me a little breeze. So, you could be dealing with a Virgo. You could be dealing Taurus with another Taurus or Capricorn personality. Someone who's mature, responsible, mother, father, someone who um, passed their first Saturn return, probably. Neutral energy here. Let's see how you're feeling once you're in the relationship. Now, okay, this is wonderful. Wow. So to go from the Ten of Wands to the Ten of Cups, this is your energy. Now, once you're solidly in the relationship, this is showing how you're reacting to your person here. This King of Pentacles, likely an earth sign. If not, they have earth energy, rising moon, Venus in them. So it's a solid energy, and maybe you like that. Off the bat comes to mind, they helped you with finances. Maybe they helped you. They came in, they're King of Pentacles, and they came in and you were like, oh my God, and they're like, shit, what, how much is, okay, let me help you. It's nothing to me to pay your car payment, or it could be something like this, but there's got to be this huge sense of relief, like, and because it's about them. You were feeling like the world was on your shoulders, right? And now you're in the relationship and you're like the happy family. You're emotional. I mean, it doesn't get any better. This is what we all want. It's like the Ten of Cups, no? And I see that as a response to them, and them being the King of Pentacles might mean, and sometimes with this, really seriously, if you got the money, you really don't give a shit, you don't care if you have to pay a car payment, or if you love someone. This doesn't mean dick, money's like sex. It means nothing unless you don't have it. Not a big deal unless you don't have it. Queen of Wands. So, wow. Nice. So, when they're in the relationship, you're making them feel like the Queen of Wands. So, you're definitely in a position of control here. Don't see anything bad. But they love you. And to go from the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands is a beautiful transition for them. It's very much like your Ten of Cups, but So maybe, you know, they want passion, you know, as much as love. And but to make that movement from this King of Pentacles energy, this is them all kind of letting their hair down. Like you all kind of fire them up. Yeah, they do give you the world. They don't, you know, yeah, they're into you. Wow. Okay. And the Page of Swords. This is your advice in the relationship here. Show this so you see it well. For you in the relationship, and I'm just not really getting a feeling from it because this is advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit. As advice from Spirit, it kind of is like it's either ask a question, assert yourself in some small way, and I notice it's the page up against the king and queen. Imagine that. But also could be speaking to a child, being a court card, that there is a child involved. It's like Spirit saying, remember, there's this child, could be an air child, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Um, has nothing bad. And also, that could be partly what your statement is, or setting some little boundary or something, you know. Um, it could be, too, like under the Ten of Cups, like it could be saying, like, don't lose yourself completely. You know, assert or keep some little nugget of your core self um, in this because you're really in love with them and head over heels and maybe really opening yourself up, being vulnerable, and they got all kind of power. I don't see any problem with it. I don't right now see them losing it negatively, but that's good advice anyways. Like just keep that core of yourself, that mustard seed of faith in yourself, and self-esteem, self-worth, and Five of Swords in their advice. It's the Five of Swords. So their advice from Spirit in around the relationship is the Five of Swords, and that's reading your Page of Swords here, guys. It's hard for me to not read this as you're going to make this assertion, which, you know, I get the feeling like this is not so much to ask. This is how I see this. It's like you may be saying to them, or you may be feeling as you discuss this, like, you know, come on, is it really not that much to ask? You know, if you love me, you know, this is not so much to ask. I mean, after all, you paid off my car, you know. Um, but they're having a hard time with it, and what I get is they're pushing back against you really hard on this. Okay, and it's almost like that's maybe their advice too, because I think there's something that really has to be worked out here between you guys. And it could involve this child. It could involve you needing to assert yourself. And, you know, this could be energy too, where a help this reading helps you. Maybe you know, a Page of Swords, it could immaturely or inappropriately assert themselves, like at a kind of the wrong moment, like you know, just like, you know, well, I'm not going to do that. And it's not really that you don't want to do that. It's like you just feel this need to assert yourself. You don't really understand. You haven't really examined it. That's what I mean by immature. And it might just be because you're kind of overwhelmed by this person. I mean, they're very big. They're helping you. They can kind of just, I mean, they can just kind of consume you, and you could just become lost in them, in their world, and you're kind of pushing back against them. And I think this Five of Swords is them saying, you know, I don't understand. I mean, I love you and I give you everything, and what's the problem, and what are you afraid of, and what else can I give you? What do you need? And but you know, God damn it, something, you know, because maybe this is really frustrating them, and maybe this kind of keep you from moving forward too with this, you know, as much as you would want to with the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Wands. My God, man. You know, that's like going and getting married in Vegas. You know, it's like waking up and saying, "Let's get married today," getting a plane ticket that day, ending up at the Elvis Chapel at like 8 p.m., and getting married and then having your honeymoon. That's that. So, sorry, we'll pull from the bottom. Okay, Page of Cups. Okay, wow, I'm encouraged. Okay, um, advice from Spirit is just stop arguing and give each other your cup of love and do it in a sincere way. You know, and I get this sense too of bringing them down to your level. I have to say it because love is not about status, love is not about age, love is not about wealth. And maybe more to the point here for them, love is not about power and control. Love is sincere. Love starts with just a sincere step, just a sincere offer of your cup. I really love you. I really love you. And it's almost like if you haven't gotten to that point in your relationship, that's what you're going to do. And maybe I keep thinking you need to have this little argument here. And if just as a Page of Swords, hold your ground, okay? And have trust and be sincere, 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 sincere. And I think this for them too. You are more already in line with this Page of Cups, what you're doing. But for them, it's like they're not really being sincere. And I think what sincere for them means, if you're cross watching, it's like you're trying to do this without being vulnerable. It's like you feel like you're in control. You feel like you got them. They're all yours. Like you can't get hurt. Like you could end it if you wanted. And like maybe that wouldn't even hurt you that bad. You really got this all wrapped up, you know? But if you want a relationship, stop that shit and really sincerely open yourself up and be vulnerable and be real with this person. Be emotional with our Taurus here. And Taurus, that's what you want, okay? And if you don't get that, you don't have a relationship here. And the Page of Wands, guys. And the Page of Wands is your outcome, and now it's in between your Ten of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Wow. No, I'm not going to look at this as an outside person, but you've got your you're a composite here, showing a Page of Cups and a Page of Wands. There's an immature energy here, and it could be a transactional element to this relationship too. You know, that's what this Page and Five of Swords is about. It's like, I'll break it down like this. You really turn them on. They're more substantial. They'll give you what you need, and they make you feel very good. They make you feel very fulfilled. There's probably an element here too where they're dominant, not whips and chains, but they're assertive and strong, and they make you feel really good. They make you feel safe and that kind of thing. Probably in every way. Um, but it's almost as if you're bridling here. You're not willing to sign this unwritten contract that is the transactional nature of this relationship, whereby you're going to give them this your body and you're going to give them your love, kind of in the way like a dog or a puppy would unconditionally give their love at all times to the parent, his owner, her owner, right? Um, and you're bristling at that, which maybe you should. And they're sort of bristling at the fact that you are. They're like, basically, they're saying, why don't you go along with this transactional relationship? I mean, where sex is great, and you seem to be happy, and I want you. But I think like maybe deep down, what you feel is lacking here, and it is lacking, is a cup, right? Emotion, investment, skin in the game. You feel this energy, how they're, you know, uh, holding you off and playing it safe. And the only way forward for this relationship is for this vulnerability, this openness to come in. And it's almost like with the Page of Wands, you'd have to kind of start over. And I think it's too, as a composite, you're going to see it's like having a fifth house sun. It's like you're going to see that you came together really out of this passion mainly, you know. With the Ten of Wands, you may have been ready for passion, too. You'd be ready to turn all of this frustration and, uh, you know, into a very passionate physical sexual encounter. And you definitely light them up. So, moving forward, um, it's really like the advice is to kind of start over and look at this. And I would only, it kind of implies that they're going to give you this Page of Cups, you know. But it also implies this is not going to be a huge thing. This is not going to be them with a ring and in tears going, "Oh my God, I know you're the one, and I can't believe I la da da." Not like that. It's like they're going to do something kind of small, but it's going to show you that they really are starting to open up. There's a crack in their armor. There is a heart in there. There's a pulse. There's feelings in there. I mean, this could be as simply as there's something they don't want to say "I love you," and you want to say "I love you." So really, also, of course, look at the love languages because big time that could be going on. Um, and then in the end, here you're going to restart this in a very. That's going to restart the passion in a small way. Maybe you lost the passion because of this feeling of the transactional and having to withhold yourself. It could be withholding too. Not just sex, but just withholding yourself, you know. Um, and if they will come in and give you this cup, open themselves up emotionally, you would feel again like you could then open yourself up to them passionately and basically start the whole thing over and revisit this Five of Swords, Page of Swords from a different level. And now, you know, you don't care that they have more money and more things, nicer house. You know, what you care is that you don't feel like they're offering their cup. That's the solution to all this. Okay, guys, let me know if that helps. Give me a like. It's good karma. Appreciate it. And if you subscribe, I really appreciate all your subscriptions. I want to get to 1,000 so we can go live. Thanks for joining me. Third week of May.